Alright, how's it going, guys?
What's going on, guys?
It's Brandon.
And Brandon.
And we're here for our second podcast and video blog.
Not A or B, just number 2, short and sweet.
Exactly. We're going to be talking about a couple different things. We got some game reviews. And also about the Facebook issue.
Yeah, the Facebook issue today, I'll just touch upon a little bit. We had a lot of people complaining about how they were getting dual notifications for the Omaha Gamers, which is the original site, and then the All Around Gamers, which is our regular site. So I just went ahead and we did OG, or C3 plus OG equals AAG, and if you didn't get added to the thing, send me a message so I can add you. There are a couple people that slipped through the cracks. I do apologize. I will do my best to get you guys added back onto the site and things like that.
Yep. First thing we're going to go over, since we actually found that to make a part A and part B's, is that we need to cut down the time to 15 minutes, actually 10 minutes to get credits and all that in there. So, Duke Nukem, I played that game. That game is awesome, just like Duke should be, but the downside is the loading times. If you die, oh god, it's horrible. You have to restart at the checkpoint, and they do have a loading screen, and it takes about a good minute for it to load. So it's just about the good old golden days. I don't know if they meant to do that, but it wasn't needed. Also, I had a chance to play Alice Madness Returns. Like I said before, that game is an awesome game. The first one isn't so much because it was the old one.
It doesn't hold up to the test of time?
No, it doesn't. But the second one, it was a sweet, awesome hacker-slasher game. You just hack through tons of levels, and you'll have fun doing it every level. The graphics are great. I didn't expect it to be there, but that's one game my wife's getting. And I mean, she got me some gamer score. Thank you. Let's see. Some other stuff. What's on the PS3 news? Anything?
Nothing really big. Sony did, apparently, before the blackout, Sony actually fired the people that were in charge of security, and now there's a lawsuit against them for that. So that could be why the breach happened. I'll keep you guys posted. There's an actual link that I'll be putting up on the site if you'd like to join the petition or, I guess, the lawsuit against Sony for all of that stuff. A couple things that did happen this week. Obviously, we're Halo fans, so the Bungie Day is going on. If you haven't burned bright and burned blue and had your helmet bluified or blue flamed, you can go do that now if you go to Bungie.net, sign up for an account if you don't already have one. There's a lot of good stuff happening. Call of Duty released their Annihilation map pack, which I actually haven't had a chance to test out yet. I hear good things. Zombie monkeys, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what goes on with that. Treyarch usually, like I said, does a lot of DLC, so that's one great thing that comes out of that studio. Big news with Valve over the weekend, and actually on Friday of last week, they announced that if you have a Steam account, Team Fortress 2 is now free to play completely. You don't have to pay for it whatsoever. So look into that, guys, if you haven't.
Another game, since we are all-around gamers and we do talk about every little thing, my little iPod will actually activate, is, unfortunately, you can't really see it that well, Tiny Tower. Just came out on the 15th of this month. I just randomly looked for free games. It's a fun little game. It kind of has a feel of a cafe world to it, but really, it's just about building a tower. And it has achievements because it's part of the game center. So if you have iPod, iPad, anything really that has the iTunes and app market, go download it today. It's a fun little game and it's free.
Nothing wrong with free.
Exactly.
Especially in our crappy economy.
Exactly.
And you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yep. Some other stuff. I'm looking into doing a review for some more games. I was going to do one for Red Faction, but it just didn't go. Just didn't get a chance to play it. Been busy this week. As you heard in the last one, on the part 2, if you are a member, is that I am thinking about joining the military, and I actually this week started to do that. And I'm actually starting to lose the weight. I have to get down to 141 in order to join. And it's going to be fun.
141? That's less than what I weigh.
Yep, because I'm 5'6".
Oh, well.
So, it's going to be fun getting down that weight.
Mm-hmm.
And my
You're
friend...
going to waste away before our very eyes.
Pretty much. Guess every week you'll get an update. My arms hurt, everything. Thanks to my buddy Kyle. Always a good one.
Mr. Kinkle?
Yep.
Yeah, Kyle's a good guy.
Yep. He's helping me. And if I can't join the military for whatever reason, be medical when I do lose the weight, at least I know I'll lose the pounds for the better. Let's see what else we got. I mean, we can drag this out or make this short.
We can drag it out a little bit. Respawn Entertainment, they posted a teaser on their website today of their next project. If you're not familiar with their work, and you've never played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 or 2, Respawn Entertainment actually was founded by Vince Zampinella, and they originally were called 5015 Studios, and then they moved. They got bought out by Activision to form Infinity Ward. And then the whole Infinity Gate thing, if you're not really familiar with that, you can Google it. It's a pretty heavy deal. Where Vince Zampinella and a couple other his guys from Infinity Ward left to go to EA to start Respawn Entertainment, and Activision didn't really like that too much. So that's kind of big, heavy news right now. Also, another big thing that happened nationally was the Supreme Court defended gaming and said that it was a form of art instead of letting this. Personally, the way I look at it, I'll be honest with you guys, is the way that I look at it. I don't think little kids should buy mature-rated games. I just don't believe it. I believe we have the ESRB for that rating system, so I don't believe that the kids should buy the games. However, I know that everyone wants to. A lot of people that aren't gamers want the government to swoop in and Uncle Sam to basically breastfeed us with anything and everything that they need us to do. But the ESRB is in. It's there for the reason that it's there. It does a great job of policing titles. You don't get Grand Theft Auto with E for everyone. You don't get Saints Row with E for everyone. You don't get Halo with E10. It's there for a reason. And as video game people. That buy games and things like that, yeah. Is it annoying that we get carded even though we're over the age of 18 for almost 10 years? Yeah, it's annoying. But it's also to keep that kid from not buying the game. I look at the Supreme Court's decision as a good thing and a bad thing. As a parent, I look at it as a bad thing. As a gamer, I look at it as a good thing. I don't want my daughter buying games when she gets to be of age that she's gonna, that are gonna be suggested to her. Can I stop what she sees as, me being a parent and somebody else's kid buying, them buying it for their kid? No, I can't do that. But as a gamer, I know, that things should be policed the way they are. And if the retailers would step up and they would just look at it and go, okay, well, this game is, we need a card for this game. Like Grand Theft Auto. You can't even walk out of the store with Grand Theft Auto without being carded. So the way I look at it is you definitely, if the retailers step up like GameStop, Best Buy, all the places that sell games, and they say, you know what, we're not going to sell to minors, and they do the best they can, and it's kind of an impenetrable market. As a parent, I mean, that's great, but to me, I like the Supreme Court's decision. I've always looked at gaming as an art form. I always looked at it as a self-expression thing for people that play it. I'm a little split on the decision myself. I'm really happy that the issue's kind of dead right now, just due to the fact that it took so long to get it there, and there was another person that actually chimed in on it earlier who I really admire is Adam Sessler from G4. If you go to G4.com and you look at his soapbox, it really breaks down, what happened in the decision. So I really, really like the decision all in all.
Yeah. And when you look at a game, these days, it's just like the artwork they put into it. It's amazing. Not to mention the worst. I mean, I can't really say this, but you know what? I will. Halo. Look at all of them. If you look at the artwork they put in the backgrounds of that, it is beautiful. It looks amazing just for the artwork itself, and it's more than just that. And then when you look at, as you see, he's grabbing posters back there. LA Noire, think about that game. That game is mature beyond belief. If you actually look at what it's rated for and you actually hear the gameplay, you'll understand why it's rated mature. Because they have, actual cases in the game that actually happened back in that time. And they try to make it true to form. And they use naked women bodies, dead bodies. It's
decapitated bodies.
Decapitated. I mean, everything you can think about. It's more than just, just a game. But when LA Noire steps up and shows what they can do, and they make a game that actually is based off of the things that happen, it's kind of hard to want your kid to see that, because that's where you have to make a decision. Is it right? I don't really think it is right for a kid to play that type of game compared to, ones that just barely hit the M-rated game.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
that's the problem, because I hear it all the time. Oh, they see it all the time. Where? Maybe the internet, but you would really have to search websites for those. I don't like to. There's been websites I've been to.
You're like, oh,
And I was like, what's this
I'm gonna
picture?
go back.
What's this random picture I see? And I click on it and it takes me to the website. And I was like, oh, that shouldn't be allowed
Yeah.
because some of those places, yeah.
Speaking of LA Noire, the development team is actually under investigation now for being overworked. So it looks like Take-Two and Rockstar have they got some answers they have to do, because I guess that's going to be a pretty big deal. A lot of big companies have really stopped and decided not to overwork their employees ever since, if you guys remember, around the early 2000s when the lawsuit came out against EA employees who weren't eating or sleeping or even seeing their family to put games out that they almost never came out. I mean, it was pretty bad. I think Oddworld was one of those games that was mentioned in that. So that keep your eyes open for that, because that's going to be something big that's going to happen soon too. So,
Couple things I heard over the internet. Well, not really heard, but seen over the internet is supposedly they're thinking about making a Left 4 Dead 3. Wouldn't doubt it. I bet they would. If they do, it's going to be an awesome game if you're of age, because we honestly are strong. We both, because I have a parent too. Rated M mature should be for that only. And I think it should be just that. Mature for mature audience only. But some other things, though.
Dead Island.
Dead Island, yeah.
For those folks that don't know what Dead Island is, it was showed at GDC, and now it's actually shown at E3. It has guns in it, but it's more of melee weapons for zombies.
Okay.
And it looks like one of those party games where you can get together with your friends over live, or I don't know if they're going to have like a 4-player split screen or whatnot, but it looks like it's going to be a blast.
And one of the weapons they just showed was basically they kind of make it like Dead Rising 2, where you can make your own weapons. One of them was a shocker. You can shock zombies. Didn't really know how that would work. Maybe it would just make the body motion just, spaz out of control. But you can make weapons, so that's going to be pretty cool.
Anything coming out new that you can think of this past week?
Not right now, but I'll get back to you on that.
Anything going on as far as... I got something.
What's that?
Well, it's not really game related because the game isn't as good as I had hoped. But I'm going to rent Dark of the Moon. I did get to play it a little bit with a friend of mine, Transformers, and I was hoping that the game would be as good as War for Cybertron, because I'm a hardcore fan of that game. I thought that was finally the Transformers game we deserved, and we got, and it's amazing. But it just looks like High Noon didn't have enough time to develop it, and there's really no reason to turn out of car mode versus robot mode, because in car mode you're pretty much invincible with unlimited ammo. As a robot, you're kind of very vulnerable. I will say one thing though: if you do get the chance to go see the new movie, it is good. My opinion, of course. Brandon hasn't seen it yet. I saw it last night at midnight. If you're going to go the way of the theater, spend the extra money and go see it in 3D. It's actually worth it to go see it in 3D. It's not overdone. The comedy's not terrible. So, other than that,
should do it.
All right, guys, you take it easy.
Yep. Thanks for watching.